The latest Apple rumor is that the beloved MagSafe connection is coming back to MacBooks. I'm going to tell you why that's actually a terrible idea. Digging through Apple rumors, it's a thankless task. A lot of it is either very obvious, like there's going to be new MacBooks this year, or it's, wish fulfillment projection, people saying it would be, a great idea to have this or that. But one of the latest rumors, and this comes from a couple of good sources, is that in addition to new M1 versions of the MacBook Pro and maybe getting rid of the Touch Bar and having a new 14-inch Pro instead of the 13-inch, the most interesting rumor was actually that the MagSafe connection may be coming back to MacBooks. Now, if you remember MagSafe, this started way back when MacBooks first started in 2006, and it was a breakaway magnetic connection for the power cable. It had some pins in it, and there was a magnetic connection, and you just, push the plug into the MacBook, and it would stay there. The magnet was strong enough to keep it, but if you tripped over it, or you brushed against it, or something hit it, it would pop out safely, and your laptop would not go tumbling to the floor, and we've all had that happen. It's a horrifying situation, and I'll tell you, MagSafe saved many MacBooks, including many of mine, from terrible fates. So I loved MagSafe, but Apple started to phase it out in 2015 when they introduced the 12-inch MacBook. That system had a USB-C connection for power, and eventually that moved on to all the other MacBooks, the MacBook Air, the MacBook Pro, even some of the iPads have USB-C now. When they moved to the USB-C power from the MagSafe, you lost that magnetic safety connection that everybody loved. And there were a bunch of attempts over the years for people to make third-party adapters that would turn your USB-C cable into something magnetic, and you'd put a little piece in the laptop and you'd put a little piece on the end of your USB-C cable. Okay, it's not the same thing, and we always wanted MagSafe to come back. Now that it is at least in the realm of possibility, I started thinking about it and I said, you know what? I kind of like where we're at better now, and I'll tell you why. Apple is known for a lot of proprietary technology and proprietary connections, like the Lightning connection, but USB-C is universal, and not just MacBooks, but any mainstream laptop that you use now over the last couple of years is going to be powered by a USB-C connection. If you have a Dell XPS 13 or an HP Spectre or an Envy or a Acer Swift 7 or an Asus ZenBook or a Lenovo ThinkPad X1, whatever it is, they all use USB-C connections. So if you have a laptop in this room, a work laptop, and your personal laptop over there, the fact that all these power connections are universal now has been so incredibly useful to me, especially. I don't have to worry about, is the MacBook power brick in one room and the Lenovo power brick in another room. Anything you plug in is, generally speaking, going to work. There's going to be a few edge cases where you're going to have trouble, or it's not going to charge as fast because of the different wattage in the power brick. And gaming laptops, those usually still need their own proprietary, higher wattage power bricks with those little barrel connectors. Someday we'll be able to push enough power through these USB-C connections to power, a full graphics card. We're not there yet. So while I love MagSafe and the, laptop saving properties that it has, I even more appreciate the fact that I can mix and match my power connections. And this goes not just for MacBooks, but for all modern laptops. You don't have to worry about replacing your plug if you lose it. You could just grab one from a friend or from another machine that you have. The Oculus Quest 2 runs off USB-C. The Nintendo Switch runs off USB-C power. It's that universal. I never thought I'd be able to charge my console from my laptop power brick, but guess what? That's the world we're living in now. If Apple finds a way to bring MagSafe back, but keep that universal USB-C power connection, then I'm all for it. If they can't do that, then I'm afraid that this is a technology that, even though I love it, should probably stay dead.